like a Hellcat.
Afternoon, people. As you can see, we're sat inside the RS Turbo. It's a little bit of an update really. It's been sat underneath a cover. It ran out of MOT and I just sauntered off the road basically and stuck it underneath the cover. So I thought I'd come out here today, just check on it, take the cover off it, get some heat into it, start it up. And I can't even remember when I put the cover on it, but it's been about a month, maybe even 2 months. And I put the key in it and it just fired up first turn of the key. Battery was still alive, and yeah, it just went really well. As you can see, I've taken the parcel shelf out, stuck back seats down and put a little heater in it. And you can see it's a little starting to get a bit mouldy on the inside, a little bit of damp and condensation inside the car. So yeah, not a lot has really changed since the last video. Obviously I took it out for a road test and said that I was going to take it to a rolling road. So we took it to a rolling road. It made about 140 horsepower, very disappointing, and the guy who rolling roaded it for me gave me a few hints what to do. He said I needed an intercooler because I had standard intercooler on it. So I bought a Pro Alloy double capacity intercooler and stuck that on it. As you can see, I've put a couple of gauges on it as well, oil pressure gauge and a boost gauge, because the old boost gauge that I had, it was reading 7 or 8 psi, and the guy who roaded it said that was about 14 psi. So I just thought I'd buy some proper gauges. Got some nice stack ones in there. Hasn't got an oil warning light. It had a sensor in it but no wiring to it, so I just put a manual oil pressure gauge in there. It's getting up to temperature now. I feel the heat coming through it. The gauge is starting to move a bit, and obviously the oil pressure, the oil's starting to get a bit well, watery, I guess. It waters down, does to get hot. It's not as thick. But yeah, when I first started, I was about 60 psi. So it's getting there. Yeah, and as I say, it's just a bit of an update really, what's going on with it. Not a lot is my honest answer. I just stuck a cover over it and put it away really, until the new year. As you can see by my channel, I've got a couple of other projects on the go, so it's just not really the time of year to be doing stuff on this really, because I don't really want to be driving around in soggy wet roads, and especially where I live, it's like back country roads, and yeah, they're just horrible. They're horrible on the best days, let alone the weather like today. So what I'll do is I'll just take you around the front, just show you the intercooler that I fitted, and hopefully we'll get some videos on this in the new year now, and we'll get it MOT'd and we'll get it back on the dyno and see if it makes any more power, and if we can tweak it a little bit more, we will. And the guy who done the rolling roads, he tweaked a little bit of the timing, because that was run really quite dangerously, he said, because of it's not getting enough air in it. Hence the reason why he said about getting the intercooler. So we've done that, and I'll just show you that. As you see, it's Pro Alloy one, double capacity. say it's not gone anywhere, not going anywhere in the too distant future. I want to get this up and a nice example. So yeah, it's, as you can see underneath the cover, some mould is starting to grow on the inside, on some of the panels and the bits that you touch a little bit. So not really much to say really. Again, I just wanted to quickly flick on and just say it's still here. It's still pretty much a project. It's just laid away until after Christmas, and we'll get on the ramp, have a look, see what it needs for an MOT, and we'll get it into an MOT and get it all nice and clean and whatnot. I've got some lowering springs to put on it as well, a few brake bits, so there will be videos of that coming up soon. I mean, I didn't video any of that, it was just a case of I just wanted to get it done, and I was going to put it back into a dyno and see what it done to improve, and then realised it was out of MOT, so I just took it off the road. So bear with us, we'll have some more videos on the RS Turbo coming soon, as well as we've got an XR3i, we're putting an ST170 engine in on throttle bodies, that'll be coming into the new year as well. A few little bits on the track car Focus, the ST track car, that's got a track day in February, so we've got a couple of more bits to do on that. What else we've got? Obviously we've got the ZS, we'll be doing some brakes on next hopefully. I've ordered a load more bits for the MGF race car, again that's another new year project. So next year is going to be quite busy on projects, to keep you guys entertained. Right, we'll leave it at that, I think. I'll leave the heater in there for a couple of days just to dry it out, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.